Last night I heard something that you need to know about. I was not intentionally eavesdropping, but sometimes God puts you in the right place at the right time to hear what you need to hear, so you can deliver a message that needs to be delivered. And this message is for you. About what your special person is telling others when they talk about you. Specifically about your age. And what they said will either surprise you or move you to tears, or quite possibly both. Let me set the scene properly, because details matter and this story deserves to be told with all of them. It was late evening. The kind of evening where the heat of the day has finally broken and there is a gentle coolness in the air. Your special person was at a family gathering. One of those casual get-togethers where extended family sits around after dinner drinking tea and talking about everything. The living room was full. Aunties and uncles and cousins and siblings all scattered across sofas and chairs in that comfortable disorder that families create. The conversation had been flowing naturally from topic to topic the way it does in these settings. Someone mentioned a wedding they attended. Someone else talked about their children. Someone complained about work. The usual rhythms of family talk. But then one of the aunties turned to your special person. This particular auntie is known in the family for being direct. The kind who says what everyone else is thinking but too polite to say out loud. She looked at your special person with that knowing look aunties have, and she said, "So when are you going to get married?" The room got a bit quieter. Not silent, but quieter. Because everyone knows this is the question that gets asked eventually. Your special person smiled. Patient smile. They have heard this question before. They gave the standard answer. Said God willing when the time is right. But the auntie was not satisfied with that. She pressed. She said there are so many good proposals available. Nice families. Good prospects. Why the delay? What exactly are you looking for? And your special person took a breath. They could have deflected again. Could have changed the subject or made a joke or given another vague answer. But something in them decided to tell the truth. Not all of it. Not your name or identifying details. But enough truth to be honest. They said there was actually someone. Someone I have been thinking about. Someone I have been praying about. You could feel the energy in the room shift. Now everyone was paying attention. The cousin who had been scrolling on her phone looked up. The uncle who had been half asleep sat up straighter. And the auntie who asked the question leaned forward with interest. She told us about this person. What are they like? Your special person was quiet for a moment, choosing words carefully. Then they started describing you. They talked about your character, your faith, the way you carry yourself, the kindness they have observed in you, the integrity, the genuine nature. They spoke about you with such obvious respect and admiration that even the skeptical auntie started nodding. But then another auntie interjected. This one is younger but equally direct. She said that all sounds nice, but what about practical matters? And then she asked the question. The one that you probably worry about sometimes when you lie awake at night. She asked about your age. She said in a tone that was trying to sound casual but was actually loaded with judgment, "Are they not a bit older though?" The room got quiet again, but different this time. This was the quiet of people waiting to see how your special person would handle this. Because age is one of those things that society makes into an issue, that people whisper about, that gets used as a reason to dismiss otherwise good matches. And everyone was waiting to see if your special person would back down, would make excuses, would agree that yes, maybe the age difference is a problem. But your special person did not back down. Instead, they sat up straighter. Their voices got firmer. Not angry, but absolutely certain. And they said something that made several people in that room reconsider their own biases. They said age is just a number. What matters is the soul. What matters is character. What matters is faith. And this person has all of that in abundance. The young auntie was not done. She said, but people will talk. You know how our community is. Someone might say something, and your special person responded in a way that shut down that line of thinking immediately. They said, let them talk. Let people say whatever they want to say. I am not marrying for the community's approval. I am marrying for God's pleasure and my own peace. And I have prayed about this. I have made a sticker, and every time I pray I feel certain. Then they said something that made my heart skip a beat. They said, do you want to know what I actually think when I see them? Do you want to know what I told my closest friend just yesterday? The auntie nodded. And your special person said, when I look at them, I do not see age. I see light. I see someone who has lived enough to have wisdom, but not so much that they are bitter. I see someone who has experienced life's tests and emerged with their faith stronger, not weaker. I see maturity that only comes from actually living, not just existing. They continued. They said, you know what else I see? I see someone who looks timeless, not trying to be young, not trying to be anything other than themselves. And that authenticity is more beautiful than any pretense of youth could ever be. They said, I see someone who takes care of themselves, who presents themselves with dignity, who has a light in their eyes that has nothing to do with age and everything to do with inner peace. Then they said the thing that broke me, the thing that made me know I had to tell you this story. They said, when I imagine my future, when I picture waking up every day for the rest of my life, I see their face. And in that vision, they are not frozen at any particular age. They are growing older right alongside me. And that does not scare me. That brings me joy. Because I am not looking for someone to be young with. I am looking for someone to grow old with. And there is a big difference. The room was completely silent now. Even the children who had been playing in the corner seemed to quiet down. Your special person was not done. They said, you all keep talking about age like it is some defect to be overcome. But I see it as a gift. This person has lived, has learned, has grown, has developed depth and wisdom and strength. They are not going to waste my time with games or immature behavior. They know what they want. They know themselves. They have already done the work of becoming a complete person. They are not looking for someone to complete them because they are already whole. And that wholeness is exactly what I need. One of the uncles spoke up for the first time. He is the wise one in the family, the one people listen to when he bothers to speak. He said to your special person, it sounds like you have really thought about this. It sounds like your heart is certain. Your special person nodded, said, more certain than I have ever been about anything. The uncle asked, have you involved God in this decision? Your special person said, I have involved God in every step. I pray about them constantly. I ask God to guide me, to show me if this is right or if I am deceiving myself. And the answer I keep receiving is peace, not confusion, no doubt, peace. The uncle nodded slowly, then said something profound. He said, people will always have opinions. Our community especially loves to have opinions about other people's choices. But at the end of the day, you are the one who will live with this person. You are the one who will build a life with them. You are the one who will answer to God for how you treated them. So if you have prayed and received peace, then follow that peace. Do not let other people's fears become your limitations. Your special person looked at the uncle with visible gratitude, then turned back to the aunties who had raised the concerns. They said, "Look, I understand why you are worried. I know in our culture age matters. I know there are expectations, but I also know what God has placed in my heart, and I choose to trust God's wisdom over cultural expectations." Then they said something else, something that shows how deeply they have been thinking about you. They said they wanted to know what really convinced me, what made me absolutely certain that age does not matter. I was watching them interact with some children at a community event. They were so patient, so kind, so full of energy and joy. And I thought to myself, this person has more life in them than people half their age. This person has not let the years make them hard or cynical. They have maintained their softness, their capacity for wonder, their ability to find joy in simple things. And that told me everything I needed to know. Your special person continued describing you. They talked about how you laugh. They said you have this laugh that comes from deep in your belly, genuine and unguarded. They talked about how you pray, how they have seen you in prayer and noticed the concentration, sincerity. They said this is someone whose faith is real, not performative. They talked about your conversations, how you have depth, how you can talk about serious things but also know when to be light, how you make them think but also make them smile. And then they said the thing that I wish you could have heard with your own ears. They said, when people say they look older, I want to correct them, because that is not what I see at all. What I see is someone who looks exactly like what I have been praying for. What I see is someone who looks like an answered prayer. What I see is someone who looks like home, like peace, like the future I want to build, like everything good and right and blessed. The young auntie who started this whole line of questioning was quiet now. She seemed to be reconsidering. She asked tentatively, "Have you told this person how you feel?" Your special person said, "Not yet. Not directly. I am doing this the right way, the proper way. I have talked to my parents already. They know. They have given their blessing. The next step is approaching their family, making my intentions known officially, asking permission to pursue this properly." The wise uncle asked, "When are you planning to do this?" Your special person said, "Soon. Very soon. I have been preparing, making sure I am ready, making sure I can offer not just feelings but real commitment, real stability. I want to approach them with everything in order. I want to show them and their family that I am serious, that this is not a whim but a decision made with prayer and thought and intention." The conversation continued for a while longer. Other family members shared their thoughts. Most were supportive once they understood the depth of what your special person felt. Even the aunties who raised concerns seemed to soften when they saw the certainty, the peace, the obvious sincerity. As people started to leave and the gathering wound down, I saw your special person sit with their mother in the now quiet living room. The mother held their hand and asked the question mothers ask when they want to protect their children's hearts. She asked, "Are you sure about this person? Are you really sure?" And your special person said, "Mother, I have never been more sure of anything in my life." So this is what your special person is telling others about your age. They are telling people that age does not matter, that what matters is the soul, that you are not too old or too old, that you are exactly right, that you look like an answered prayer, that you look like home, that you look like someone worth pursuing properly through families and Islamic channels, that you look like the person they want to grow old with, not just be young with. Get ready. They have already told their family. They have already received blessings. Very soon they will be reaching out to your family, making their intentions known, asking to pursue you properly. And when they do, when you finally understand that this is real, you will look back at all your worries about age and realize how meaningless they were. Because the right person does not see age. They see you, the complete, beautiful, complicated, faithful you. And they want all of it.